My topic today is about people pleasing. And I know many of us would like to please people, but we can't always do that. I know myself have a lot of respect for people if they give it to me. So for me, I like to please people, but I also like to please myself. Um, as a people pleaser, you're always about the other person. Whenever they ask you to do something, um, you always do it, but when you ask them to do it, they never do it. Most likely, they're always only friends with you because you do stuff for them. It could be bad. You could have a really bad experience with it. People could start taking advantage of you. People will hurt you in ways that are awful. They'll walk all over you just like a doormat. Um, it's brutal. And some questions you can ask yourself are, do you always back away from the arguments? Are you always putting people first and worrying about yourself later? You have to worry about yourself before others. You're always going to be there for yourself. Not everyone is going to be there for you as the journey goes on. Now, some of us may think that we need to please the friends that are closest to us. But really, you do, but it's not necessary to do it every single minute of every single day. You need to take time to yourself. You need to work on whatever you enjoy. You need to work on doing whatever you want to do. Now, when you're with them and they ask you to, hey, can you get a drink? Or, hey, can you help me with this homework assignment? Go ahead and help them. But if they're asking you to go get this from the store for them, go do this for them, that's getting beyond. Start saying no. If you start saying no, they might gain a little respect for you. Then if they were just walking all over you, you might just lose respect from the person, and the person thinks they can just take advantage of you and that you're just a lousy person. So stand up for yourself. Start asking them to do stuff. Be like, can you go help me with my homework? Can you pick this up from the store since you're going? Don't be mean about it, but don't be nice about it. And if they say no, argue with them. Argue why. Why can't you do this for me when I've done 100 things you've asked me to do? It's it's unnecessary for them to do that, and really, they're not real friends at that point. And if you think they're real friends at that point, then when you ask to do something, they should do it for you. Some causes for people pleasing are the feeling of loneliness. I know I got hurt early in the baseball season in the spring, and I had to get surgery on my finger. So I was back home, not traveling with the baseball team, and I've been around them every day, and the only person I hang out with is on the baseball team. It was tough, and I would have done anything to be with the team, but I couldn't, and I tried to please the upperclassmen. I tried to please the coach, so maybe he would let me travel, but just nothing worked, and it just felt worse because I was taking time out of thinking about myself and thinking about them, and then in the end, it didn't even work. So it's rough, but you just got to control yourself and know that just because you're lonely doesn't mean that you need to please other people. It doesn't mean that you need to do stuff that people want you to do. Um, you need to do stuff that you want to do. Find some hobbies. Just because you're lonely doesn't mean you need to sit on your bed all day or sit on your phone, sit on Twitter. Um, Learn how to play the guitar. Play some Xbox if you want to. Go out to eat. Go see your parents if you're home. It's just the little things that will help you not be lonely. But you can't just sit around and you can't try to please people just because you're lonely, just because you feel bad for yourself. Because in the end, honestly, that will hurt you more. Because you were lonely before, and now you're trying to please people. So now you got loneliness, and you're not worrying about yourself, and you just feel terrible at the end. You might feel good when you're starting to please people because you feel like they like you and they accept you, but in the end, you kind of just hurt yourself more. And the last thing I want to say about people pleasing is that if you think you are, and everything I've said seems like you, then turn it around. help yourself out. Ask people for help. Go to your parents. Go to a friend you know that isn't using you just because you please them. Go to them and talk to them about it. See what they think you need to do. Like I said earlier, argue with people. Start asking people to do stuff for you. Once you do that, I promise you will feel like a better person. Now, in the bio is going to be a link, and you can take the quiz and see for yourself if you're a people pleaser or not.